Can you all see?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm not sure if you remember who I am because the last time I was here was like around 1 month ago, but my name is Anna. Yeah, it's nice to be back again and to see you all. Okay, so for today's class, I'll just go over some expectations we have. So this is just the same as the past few weeks. So you're expected to just participate to when you're asked to read the questions, just speak and read clearly and confidently. And it's okay to make mistakes because that's how we all learn and we all learn together. So for today's lesson, the topic will be on phrasal verbs. So we'll be going through the definition of what is a phrasal verb, be looking at some examples, and then we'll be doing some exercises as well. So a phrasal verb, what is the definition? So if you see this term, phrasal verbs, there are two words in the term. There's phrasal and verbs. And for the first part, phrasal, the root word is phrase. And I'm not sure if y'all have learned what a phrase is, but a phrase is like a group of words that can act as an expression. And then the next word in this term is verb. Can anyone here tell me what is a verb? I'm sure you all will know what is that.
A verb is action or a doing thing.
Yeah, correct. It's an action verb. Okay, thank you. So yeah, a verb is an action. And so if you combine these two words together, you'll see that a phrasal verb is essentially a group of words that indicates an action. So that's the definition of a phrasal verb. Then now, how do we form a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is made up of two parts. So the first part of a phrasal verb is the verb, your action word. And then the second part is an adverb or a preposition. Do you guys know what's an adverb or a preposition? I think next week you'll be learning more about preposition. Yeah?
An adverb is a word that we use to describe a verb.
Yeah, correct. Then what about preposition?
Preposition is a place that where is a thing is or like.
Yeah, correct. Yes. So if the rest of you didn't catch that, yeah, adverb is a word that describes a verb, and preposition are words like in, at, to, all those words. There's a lot. So we look at this example, sit down. Your verb over here is sit, and the preposition will be down. So this whole term, sit down, is an example of a phrasal verb. Then if you want to use phrasal verbs in a sentence, it may look something like this: put away your books. So you can see over here, away is the preposition and it comes after the verb put. And then put away your books is the object. But you can see in the second sentence, the sentence is put your books away. So if you can see the difference is that the preposition this time, instead of being before the object, it's after the object. So sometimes phrasal verbs can be like that. Sometimes the preposition will come after the object. So now that we've seen what is the definition of phrasal verb and how to form it, let's look at some examples of a phrasal verb.
Nine everyday phrasal verbs.
Can you all hear the sound?
Yes, ma'am.
Can hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Get over, meaning to recover from an illness or disappointment. Tim could not get over the loss of his cat. Make up, meaning to invent a story or excuse. The boy made up a story about his homework. Make up can also mean to become friendly again after a fight. For example, Dallas hoped his two friends would make up soon. Work out, meaning to exercise. Cynthia worked out at the gym. Work out can also mean to solve a problem. Cynthia worked out a way to get her sister to the gym. Find out, meaning to discover something. Dad found out that Eric had crashed the car. Calm down, meaning to relax after being angry. It took Dad a long time to calm down. Let down, meaning to disappoint someone. Eric had promised to look after the car. He had let Dad down. Get together, meaning to meet in order to spend time together or to get something done. The friends decided to get together after work. Hang out, meaning to spend time with someone, just relaxing. They hung out and watched the sunset. Throw away, meaning to dispose of something. She threw away the rubbish. Read the following sentences
Okay,
and
so
work.
yeah, those are some examples of phrasal verbs. And maybe if there's some time at the end of the class, I can show you some more videos with some examples. But yeah, now we're going to be doing some exercises. And oh yeah, just now from the video, you could see that there are some phrasal verbs that have more than one meaning. So just now, one of the words is make up. Make up can either mean to make up some story or excuse, or it can also mean to reconcile again. And there's another word also with two meanings. I think it was work out. Work out can be to exercise, or it can be to find a solution. So yeah, as you can see, some phrasal verbs can have more than one meaning. So you need to see the contextual clues in the sentence to see which is the meaning for that sentence. Yeah, we'll be doing some examples now, some exercises now. So how we're going to be doing this exercise is I'll ask maybe one person, or maybe one of y'all can volunteer to just read the question first without saying the answer. So instead of saying the answer, you can just say blank first. So yeah, you read the question, then I'll give you all some time, all of you, to type in the chat which number you think is the correct answer. So yeah, that's how we're gonna be doing the exercises for today. So for the first two questions, I'll just read it first. So question number 1, ever since my cousins moved in with us, we have to blank with their noisy ways. So can you all type now in the chat which number you think is the correct answer?
Put up.
Okay, yes, correct. I see a lot of you put number 3, which is put up, and that is the correct answer. So in this sentence, the meaning of put up with means to accept something that is unpleasant. So in this question, the cousins, they are noisy and it's not very pleasant, right? That's why you have to put up with their noise, because they moved in with you. And question number 2, I'll just read this one again. The man whom Peter kept praising blank to be my uncle. So yeah, can you type again your answers?
Turned out.
Turn out.
Okay, yeah, correct. The answer is turned out. So turned out in this example means you discover it to be something. So at first you didn't know that Peter was your uncle, but turns out you discover that he's actually your uncle. So yeah, that's the phrasal verb. Okay, then I'll just leave this slide on the screen just for a few more seconds in case anyone still needs more time to read. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, you can just voice it out or you can type it in the chat also. Okay, moving on. Question number 3. Does anyone want to volunteer to read this question? If you want, you can raise your hand. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Ruangi Nimisha, do you want to read?
Ruth blank here words and apologies to Robin for hurting his feelings.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, you can all type your answers in the chat. — 3.4. Okay, so I see a lot of you put number 1 as your answer, that Ruth took away her words. But actually the correct answer for this question is Ruth took back her words. So when you give something and you want it back, you usually take it back, right? If I give my friend, for example, a book, but I want her to return it back to me, I'll take back the book. So the same thing with words. You can take back your words. So yeah, in this context, Ruth said some words that hurt Robin's feelings. That's why she took back those words and apologized to Robin. So yeah, the correct answer is took back. And yeah, again, if any of you have any questions, you can just type it in the chat. And for question number 4, does anyone want to read the question? Okay, maybe I'll try calling some people out, but if you're not comfortable with reading, then it's okay. Is there a Shakya? Do you want to try reading? No? Okay, never mind. I see a lot of people raise their hands, so I'll just ask one of you instead. Situni, do you want to read question number 4?
I'm not sure how to blank the idea blank to you, Susan said.
You all type your answers now. Okay, I see some answers is number 4, which is how to put the idea onto you. But actually, the answer for this question is number 1, put across. So put across the meaning of this verb means to communicate something effectively. So the person says, I'm not sure how to put the idea across to you. So this person is not sure how to communicate to the person. Like she's not sure how to explain it. So yeah, that's the meaning of the phrase put across. Yeah, and it's okay if you get the answers wrong because a lot of phrasal verbs, it takes time to learn them and you need exposure also. So today we're just gonna be like showing you guys more examples. So it's fine if you say the wrong answer. Yeah, thank you for giving your answers anyway. Okay. Then next question. Okay, Ray, you can read.
Violent really blank. Her father. Both are equally stubborn.
You. And yeah, type. Or if it's easier, you can say out the answer as well. You can try like unmuting and say your answer too, if that would be better. Okay, I see some people typing number 4. Violet really takes after her father, and that is the correct answer. Yeah, takes after. So takes after here means to resemble a parent or an ancestor. And if you don't know, an ancestor is just someone from your family from a long time ago. So it can mean like your grandfathers, 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 grandfathers. You know what I mean? Like very, very long ago. So yeah. And in this question, you can kind of use contextual clues also, because in the second part of the sentence, after the comma, they say both are equally stubborn. So they're trying to say that both of them share this same quality. That's why that you can guess from this sentence that take after would mean to be like her parent or to resemble her parent. So next, oops, sorry. Okay, you kind of saw already. Question number 6, but does anyone still want to read? That's Sarah.
Can you please blank the volume of the radio? I can consider it.
And do you want to share what you think the answer might be? Even though I accidentally showed it on the screen just now.
Turn down.
Yes, correct. Number 4, turn down. So in this question, for example, if you take out the last sentence, if you take out I can't concentrate, then the answer can either be turn down or turn up, because you can either increase or lower the volume of a radio. But because of the next part of the sentence, because they say they can't concentrate, then that's why it tells you a clue that they want the volume down. Because if you cannot concentrate, you want the volume to be lower, right? You wouldn't want it to be even louder. So yeah, turn down over here just to, yeah, quite simple. Adjust a control to reduce the volume. Okay, question number 7. Dulita, do you want to read? Dulita? Or Senitu, do you want to read instead?
Mr. Ten immediately got down to business the minute he have arrived at the meeting.
Okay, yeah, it's correct. It's got down. Then, do you want to share? Do you know the meaning of the word got down? The phrasal verb got down, if you have any clue.
begin to giving serious attention to something.
Yes, correct. That's like the exact definition. Yeah, begin to give serious attention to something. Yes. Then I'm not sure if you guys know this movie, like the Mulan movie from Disney. Then there's this one song that the main guy character sings. It's called like "Let's Get Down to Business to Defeat the Huns." Yeah, not sure if you know, but it's a nice song. Yes, you can go listen to it and watch the movie also. Okay, question number 8. Okay, I'll try calling someone who never raised a hand. Is there a Manuti here? Hi, Manuti. Do you want to read? Actually, can you all turn on your cameras so that I can see your face? Okay, never mind. I'll just read this question instead. So in order to save up for a computer, Lin E blank on his daily expenditures. Yeah, you guys can type what you think is the answer. Okay, I see some of you put number 1 as the answer, cut off. But actually the correct answer for this question is the second one, cut down. So this phrasal verb, the meaning of cut down means to reduce the size, amount, or quantity of something. So in this question, he's cutting down on his daily expenditures. He's cutting down on how much money he spends every day so that he can save up for this computer. But you can use cut down for other expressions also. Like instead of money, you can also say you want to cut down on maybe sugar because like you're eating too much sugar and you want to watch your health. Yeah, that's some examples of how you can use the phrasal verb cut down. Then question number 9. If anyone wants to read, you can just unmute yourself.
Once you have given your word to him, you are not allowed to blank.
Yeah, okay, then you can all type your answers. Okay, thank you all for your answers, but the correct answer is actually to back down. So I see some of you have put number 1, back off. So back off is another phrasal verb, but it can't be used in this context. So back off usually is like, for example, somebody is like coming towards you, but you don't want them to, you can say like back off. So in that context, back off will be the correct word instead of like back down if someone's like, if a stranger is coming towards you. But for number 9, once you have given your word to him, you're not allowed to back down. So here, back down means to take back a commitment. So when you give your word to someone, you're giving them their commitment also. So you shouldn't back down or take back your commitment. Okay, thank you for your answers. Question number 10, anyone would like to read?
Alvin likes to blank stories to make his friends believe that he is rich.
Type your answers. And just a hint, we saw this one just now in the video. It was one of the phrasal verbs which has two meanings. Okay, I see a lot of you put number 1, and that is the correct answer. Alvin likes to make up stories to make his friends believe that he is rich. So here, make up means to invent a story or a plan, and it was what was shared in the YouTube video just now. In the example in the video, the boy made up a story about his homework. He said that his dog ate his homework, that's why he couldn't submit. Then, okay, I want to see if any of you remember that in the video, there was also a second meaning to the phrasal verb make up. Does anyone remember what the other meaning of make up can be?
The second meaning is if we quarrel with our friends, we want to be a friend, we want to be again, make up again, like that, something.
Yeah, correct. So if you argue with your friend, or you said you quarrel, and then you want to be friends again with that person, then you make up with them. Yeah, that's the correct meaning. Okay, I also see someone over here type, are you giving recordings? This lesson is being recorded, but I'm not sure if you have access to it. Maybe I can ask later. Yeah, okay, I'll get back to that again later. Okay, question 11. Okay, I'll just read this one. So we usually blank till midnight every Saturday to watch a movie. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of different answers for this question, but the correct answer is stay up. So stay up means to not go to bed. That's why they stay up till midnight. They're staying past their bedtime to watch the movie. Like all of the other phrasal verbs here have different meanings. So like stay in can mean, for example, you decide to stay in your friend's house, like decide to just like hang out there or relax there. Then stay on can mean, for example, your friends are having a party and you decide to stay on. Like you're making a decision whether you should leave or to stay on. But for this question 11, because of the contextual clues, the answer will be stay up till midnight. Then question number 12. So his patience finally blank when the rare bird he had been waiting for appeared. Yeah, can type your answers. Is it someone put 3 answers? Okay. Yeah, a lot of mixed answers again, but the correct answer here would be paid off. His patience finally paid off. So the meaning of pay off means to achieve good results. So over here in this sentence, they said his patience paid off when the rare bird he had been waiting for appeared. So this man had been waiting for this bird to appear, but because rare here means it doesn't come very often. It doesn't come every hour, it doesn't come every week. It's very rare. You don't know when it will come. It's like it's once in a blue moon. That's why it's very rare. So that's why his patience paid off when the bird finally appeared, because after waiting, like it finally showed up. So that was the good result that he achieved. And that is the meaning of the phrasal verb pay off. Then another way that you can use pay off is, for example, when in your studies. So for example, you can say like, school was really hard. I put in a lot of hard work and time, but it paid off because I got good results. That's another way you can use the phrasal verb pay off. Then next question, question 13. Mother blank an old hat of hers while clearing the trunk in the attic. The correct answer for this question is came across. So the meaning of the phrasal verb come across means to meet or find someone or something by chance. So the mother, she was cleaning this trunk in the attic, but then she by chance she found this old hat of hers. That's why we use this word came across. Then other ways you can use come across is, for example, you went to the mall or you're just walking and then you suddenly see your friend. So you say, oh, I was walking by the street, or I was at the mall when I came across my friend. Yeah, that's the meaning. Then question number 14. Mona could not blank with her roommate, so she moved out. Hey, I see a lot of you put number 2, get along, and that's the correct answer. Maybe does anyone want to share what they think is the meaning of get along? Anyone? Okay, but get along means to have a harmonious or friendly relationship. So because Mona could not have a friendly relationship with her roommate, she decided to move out. Yeah. Okay, I'll just leave it on the screen for a while if anyone needs more time, or if anyone has any questions. Okay, next question. Number 15, we were very blank by the rude salesman who tried to force us to buy his goods. Okay, so I see a lot of you put either number 1 or number 2, either put off or put away. But for this question, the correct phrasal verb is put off. So put off means you cause someone to lose interest or enthusiasm. So these people, they were talking to the salesman about the goods that he was trying to sell. But because the salesman was very rude and was trying to force them to buy, they were put off. They weren't interested anymore. They lost their enthusiasm because of that. So that's the meaning of put off. Then I realized a lot of you say put away also. Put away is also a phrasal verb, but it the meaning will not match in this sentence, because put away means you put aside something. Like, for example, like just now, you put away your books. But over here, it wouldn't make sense to say you were put away by the salesman, because the salesman isn't putting you away. Instead, he's putting you off. He's making you lose interest or enthusiasm. Okay, then question number 16. Sumai's dress blank her brown eyes. She really looks good in it. Okay, I see a lot of ones, brings in, but actually the correct answer for this would be brings out. Sumai's dress brings out her brown eyes. She really looks good in it. So brings out here means to make something more evident. So it could mean that maybe Sumai's dress maybe matches the color of her brown eyes. That's why it brings it out. Or it could be a color that makes brown stand out. So that's the meaning of bring out. I'm not sure if you heard this phrase before, but a lot of people always use it to compliment someone. They say, oh, this dress really brings out your, yeah, they say that. But let's say you're given this sentence, Sumai's dress brings out her brown eyes. She really looks good in it, but you don't know the meaning of brings out. But from using your like contextual clues, you can find out what's the meaning, because the second sentence says she really looks good in it. So you know that brings out is something that's positive, that makes a quality stand out or appear more. Okay, then question number 17. Ever since Mrs. Lee blank sewing, she has been making clothes for her family. I'm seeing a mix of responses again. I see some for took in and some for took up. But the correct answer for this would be took up. So take up, this phrasal verb, it means to start doing a particular job or activity. So Mrs. Lee, she took up sewing. She started doing sewing. So for example, like in your daily life, if you start to take up new hobbies, let's say you want to start trying to learn how to sing, or you want to start learning how to play a sport or an instrument, then you can say, oh, I'm taking up singing class or something like that. Then the other option that a lot of you also put was took in, but in this context, took in doesn't work. So took in, it means to, for example, you can decide to take in someone into your family, something like adopting, but it wouldn't make sense in this context. And then the other ones also take down something or take off something. It wouldn't make sense here also. So yeah, the phrasal verb would be took up. Oops, sorry, I should it again. Okay, but anyway, question number 18. Mary put a pillow over her ears to blank the noise outside her room. So I accidentally showed it earlier, but yeah, the correct answer would be shut out the noise outside her room. So shut out just means to keep someone or something out of a place or situation. So in this context, what Mary is shutting out is she's shutting out the noise. So that's the something, and the place or the situation is her room. So she's shutting out the noise from her room. Okay, then next question. Question number 19. Can you blank your blanket tonight? I want to send it for laundry. Yeah, the correct answer is number 2, do without. And I think this one's, you can kind of tell from the word without, which is like the same meaning, to manage without something. So she's asking if she can manage without her blanket, because she's going to send it over for laundry. So it gives you a clue that the blanket will be taken away. That's why you can guess that it will be without, do without. Okay, then question number 20. The stroke of white paint blank in sharp contrast against the dark backdrop. Okay, so for this question, the correct answer is stood out. And the meaning of stood out means to be very easy to see or notice. So in this sentence, the reason why it stood out is because the stroke of white paint. So for example, you have a canvas, a stroke of white paint will just be one line. So this hand is like your whole canvas, but a stroke is just one line. Then it says in sharp contrast against the dark backdrop. So that means the whole canvas is dark except for that one line of white paint. That's why the answer is stood out. It's very easy to see or notice. So you can use this, for example, like when you're like with your friends. For example, your friends are all very tall, but then you're the only one who's like a bit shorter. Then you can say that you stand out when you're with your friends because you're shorter than all of them. So it's easier to see. It can work the other way around as well. Like your friends are shorter, but you're the very tall one. So you can say that you stand out from your friends. Or maybe if your friends are all like wearing the same color and then you're wearing a different color, then you stand out also because it's different. And question number 21. So I enjoy blank with friends at the cafeteria drinking hot tea. So this one, we saw an example of this just now in the YouTube video. Okay, so for this one, I see a lot of mixed responses as well. Some say hanging out, some say hanging up. But the correct answer for this question will be hanging out. And just now in the video, hang out means to spend a lot of time in a place or spend a lot of time with someone. So you can say like, yeah, hanging out with friends, hanging out with your brother, your sister, your parents. For number 3, hanging up won't make sense because hanging up means like for example, you hang up something on the wall, like you can hang up a painting or you can hang up a drawing, but you don't hang up with your friends. You hang out with your friends. Yes. Then question number 22. The meeting has been blank due to the absence of the chairman. You can all type your answers. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 3, and that is the correct answer. The meeting has been called off due to the absence of the chairman. So call off means to cancel an event or an agreement. So over here, this meeting, this is the event that was canceled because the chairman, the president of the event wasn't there. Then you can use this also in like daily life. For example, you're supposed to go meet your friend, to go like hang out. You're supposed to meet your friend to go eat together or something, but your friend, for example, your friend becomes like sick, so she can't meet you anymore. So that hangout is called off. Okay. And question number 23. He still could not blank the fact that he had lost the match. I think this is also in the video example just now. Okay, the correct answer for this is actually get over. So get over means to recover from an upsetting or a startling experience. So this guy, he lost the match, and to him that was very upsetting. That's why he cannot get over it. Yeah. Then just now in the video, I think the example they use is the boy, he lost his dog. So he couldn't get over the loss of his dog because that was upsetting to him. So yeah, that's the meaning of get over. And question number 24. Mother spent the whole morning blank the beef into smaller pieces. Okay, a lot of you put cutting down, but the correct answer is cutting up. So in this context, cut up means to cut something to small pieces. So she's cutting up the beef, he's cutting up the food. And then just now, a lot of you put cut down as the answer, but just now remember, we learned the definition of cut down. Cut down means to reduce something. You reduce the quantity of something. But over here, you're not reducing the beef. You're just cutting it up into smaller pieces instead. But reducing would mean to get rid of some parts. So over here, the correct answer would be cutting up. Then for the next few questions, I'll speed up a little bit because I want to show you guys a video with a bit more examples. So I won't be asking you to type your answers in the chat for the next few. Yeah, just listen closely. So yeah, question number 25. Vivian was sent to the principal's office for blank to her teacher. So the correct answer for this would be for talking back to her teacher. Then talk back means to answer someone in a rude way. So you can say that, like you can say like, oh, you've been talking back to your parents also. Like for example, if they say something to you and you respond back in a rude way, that's called talking back. Then I saw someone over here put number 2. Talking over also has a different meaning. Talking over means to, like your teacher is speaking, but you decide to speak over her. Like she's talking and then you decide to start talking. That's called talking over. But when you see the sentence, because it's blank to her teacher, so you talk back to. You cannot say you're talking over to her teacher. But if you take out the word to, you can say talking over her teacher. And that will still make sense. Okay, in question 26, my mother looks so youthful that we can easily blank as sisters. So the correct answer for this would be pass off. So pass off means to falsely represent a person as being someone else. So to explain it in terms of this sentence, the mother is so young that she can pass off as her daughter's sister. So in this situation, you're falsely representing your mother as the sister instead. So yes, that's the meaning of pass off. And question number 27. The decor of the room was beautiful. It was worth all the effort. Blank. So the correct answer for this would be put in. And put in means to spend time doing something. So the effort, she's spent a lot of time to decorate the room. Yeah. Then you can also use put in, for example, like in your studies as well. You can say you put in a lot of effort into your studies. Then question number 28. Mrs. Tam likes to blank her diamond rings and gold necklaces to me. And the correct answer for this would be show off. So show off means to display something that is a source of pride. So if it's a source of pride, it means it's something that you're very proud of and you want like someone to see. That's why Mrs. Tam is showing off her diamond rings and gold necklaces. Because to her, like the diamond rings and the gold necklaces, that's something that she's very proud of and wants like others to see as well. Okay, then last 2 questions before I show you the video. So question 29, since we could not afford to buy a new car, we had to blank a second-hand one. So yeah, over here there's a lot of options, but the correct one would be settle for. So settle for means to accept something even though it is not what you wanted. So this person, like, they wanted to buy a new car. That's what the person wanted. But because it was too expensive, they couldn't afford it. That's why they had to settle for a second-hand one. Second-hand means it was previously owned by someone, means it's not a brand new car. So she had to accept that she had to get this car that was owned by someone else, even though it wasn't new. Then for the last question, question number 30. Your old sandals are beginning to blank. It's time you buy new ones. Sorry, did someone say something just now? Okay, but yeah, the correct answer for this would be your old sandals are beginning to wear out. So wear out means to become damaged. And it becomes damaged because you, for example, you keep using it for a long time. So your shoes, after a while, after many years, you may have to get new shoes because it'll become damaged over time. And that's called wear out. So your shoes are being worn out. So yes, these are just some examples of phrasal verbs. And it's okay if you got some of them wrong, or if you don't know what all of these mean, because phrasal verbs, it's something that you just need to be exposed to. It's something that you will just learn over time when you keep seeing these examples. That's why I wanted to show you this YouTube video, which has some more examples of phrasal verbs. But yeah, so I think we have enough time for just one video. You can see some examples here. And in the meantime, if any of you have any questions, you can just type your answers in the chat. I mean, type your questions in the chat. Can you all hear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Hi, Lucy. Thanks for coming over. You're looking great. Come on in.
Hi, Melody. Sorry for turning up so late.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Welcome to my apartment.
It looks amazing. Thanks for inviting me over. I love the furniture.
The furniture was here when I moved in. Sit down and make yourself comfortable.
Thanks.
Would you like something to drink? I have Diet Coke, fruit juice, and coffee.
A Diet Coke, please. So, please tell me, how are you getting on with your life as a college student?
Well, in the beginning, it was hard for me to fit in. I grew up in a small town. I was not used to living in a big city. I didn't even have any friends, and I felt pretty lonely. It was hard for me to hang in there. But things have changed for the better. I finally made a few good friends to hang out with.
That's great to hear. What's a typical day in your life like?
Well, I wake up at 7 a.m. I go to the bathroom, wash my face, and brush my teeth. I work out every morning. I can't do without it. Before exercising, I usually like to warm up by doing stretches. Then I take a shower. And after that, I have breakfast. Next, I write down my to-do list for the day. I always plan my day ahead. I have a strict schedule, and I do my best to stick to it. Then I check the weather because I like to be prepared for the day. And pick out the right outfit. Before I leave, I put on my makeup. My classes usually start at 9.
How many meals do you have a day?
I have 5 or 6 light meals a day. I've noticed that 3 heavy meals a day generally weigh me down. So I try to eat less and more often. I have more energy this way, and I can concentrate much better. Whenever possible, I try to squeeze in 15 to 30 minutes of exercise in the afternoon. Exercising helps me calm down when I'm stressed, and it doesn't take up too much of my time.
When do you usually get home?
It depends on the day, but typically I get home at around 6 p.m. I have dinner a little later. Then I lie down for a few minutes and scroll down social media on my phone. Next, I study for a few hours. Then I watch TV. I try to stay away from negative news. I usually go for comedies. Before going to bed, I fill in my journal and reflect on the day. My journal helps me with my emotions and thoughts. It also helps me to set goals. I plan on taking a French course this year. That's my new goal. I love to learn and try out new things all the time. I just want to point out that a journal is really helpful.
Yeah, I see. Maybe I should keep a journal too. I have many goals that I'd like to achieve. I want to sign for a gym membership, but I just keep putting it off. I never actually get around to ever doing it. I plan on keeping a diet and cutting down on sweets, but I never make it. I need something sweet every day to help me get through busy days. To sum it all up, I think I'm a mess.
Just stick to your goals and don't give up. Your effort will finally pay off.
What do you usually do in your free time?
Sometimes I sleep in on weekends when I'm tired. I like to go out and catch up on friends and family. What about you? You're in the 3rd year, right? What's your day like?
My schedule always runs over no matter how organized I am. I get up pretty late, about 9 a.m. My chaotic morning messes up the rest of the day. I wish I could wake up earlier, but sleep is holding me back each morning. I go to bed very late, at about 1 a.m. I haven't been able to change this yet, but I'm working on it.
I'm sure you'll finally make it.
I have a very busy schedule. That's why I never show up on time anywhere. The problem is that I've taken up a part-time job at the mall, so I go to work every day after classes. There's just too much going on in my life right now. I'm not great at dealing with stress.
Maybe you need to slow down and cut back on some activities. Otherwise, you'll burn yourself out.
You're perfectly right. I'll drop a few activities and set aside a time for rest. Do you want to come around on Saturday night? I'm throwing a party.
I'm not sure about that. You know I'm not into parties.
Please don't turn me down. We'll have a great time.
Okay, then, if it's so important to you, I'll try to come.
Great! I'm looking forward to it.
Do I need to dress up?
No, you can wear casual clothes. I have to go now. I don't want to take up any more of your time. And I have to get down to studying.
Okay, yeah, so that's the video. Actually, I have one more to show you, but because there's not enough time, I'll just send the link to the video I'll like put the link in the chat so you can watch it if you have free time. But yeah, I highly encourage you to watch it so that you get more exposure to what some phrasal verbs are. But yeah, I hope you're all able to learn something. Okay. Bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you for a great day.